Oh, you know, he used to listen to Huey Lewis and the News. I can totally relate to this guy now.
I thought the pastor or the minister, whatever he was like right out of central casting. It almost looked like he was doing a pilot for us, you know what I mean? But it was that, that old-fashioned sort of, brimstone and fire, Southern Baptist minister. And I thought he was sort of charming. I thought he was funny.
Our ceremony was wonderful. Our pastor, Walter, made it very personal and special, probably not anything that anyone had ever heard before at a wedding.
The church part was awesome. It went pretty quickly. We'd met with the pastor prior, Pastor Walter, and said, I want this to go as quick as it can. I hate those all long, drawn-out Catholic kind of deals. I just want it to be quick. And I thought it went well. I thought the preacher cut some one-liners. I mean, everybody's like, oh, he wants to screw Heather. Who wouldn't? Look at her. I mean, she's hot. She's got big tits. That's why I picked her. I mean, please.
What a beautiful wedding. Now let's go drink. Everybody's heading over to the reception. I hear they have heavy hors d'oeuvres.
The reception was beautiful. We had all kinds of food and the cotton candy machine and a chocolate fountain. We had fresh seafood everywhere. It really dimly lit, beautiful white linens. It was comfortable, crowded because there was a lot of people there, but a blast.
We need to make a toast to the bride and groom. And this is my best friend in the world, no matter what Brian Knob says. But anyway, when I met Bubba, he was about 500 pounds back in the day. And after about 6 years of working out every day and torturing each other, he got in real good shape. And when I first met Bubba, I hated his guts because he was on the Power Pig. He was saying all these dirty words and all these derogatory things in the Tampa Bay area that all of us rednecks from South Tampa never heard before. But then I met the guy and I realized that, he was a great person and nothing like the radio personality that you hear on the radio. We became very good friends, and he's one of the only people in this world that I trust with my children. I put my life in his hands. He's been such a great friend, and I'm really proud of the comeback Bubba's made as of late with Sirius Radio, and Howard Stern and all of his buddies are running wild, so it's really cool to see Bubba back in action. But the important thing right now is the fact that Bubba has finally found his soulmate. And Gene Laster told me one afternoon in the trailer when Bubba was wrestling that he gave Heather to Bubba. And if he wanted to, he could have kept Heather himself, but Laster's crazy, so anyway. No, but I guess Gene was there when Bubba and Heather met, and Gene told me that he knew the moment that Bubba and Heather met that they were going to spend the rest of their life together. Well, I never thought Laster would be right about anything, but he's definitely right about that. How about that? But anyway, Bubba's a great friend. He's a great guy. We love him to death. He's like family to us. He'd do anything for you. And Heather, we've gotten to know her. When I first met her, I was kind of jealous. Not that Bubba and I are homos or anything, but I was kind of jealous because, Bubba was hanging out with this girl and he wasn't coming over to work out in the mornings. He was missing days, especially leg day. He wouldn't show up. So I started calling her under the weather Heather, trying to give Bubba a hard time about her. But then I got to know Heather and I fell in love with her too. So I call her got her shit together Heather now, because she straightened Bubba out and she's made a great life for Bubba and his son Tyler. And I'm just really happy for him. So all the Port Tampa maniacs from the Tampa Bay area, Howard Stern and his crew, we love you too. Sirius Satellite, thanks for keeping it real and let Bubba do his thing. But more important, for the greatest couple in the world, Bubba and Heather, we give you our love. We love you to death. If there's anything you ever need, you know who to call, brother. Toast to Bubba and Heather.
I didn't realize Hulk was so close to Bubba. I thought it was like an on-air thing, but it seems like he really helped Bubba out with weight loss and training him, and even when Bubba lost his job, he was good to him.
Reception was absolutely beautiful. It was very, very nice. In terms of being a reporter there, by about 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, I, as a reporter, was actually thinking about, well, maybe it's time to leave, because there's nothing going on here, until Ronnie struck.
She was smoking. The girl I was dancing with, Jen, her name was Jennifer. Yeah, Jennifer.
Ronnie's style of dancing, like my grandfather.
And she had a wrestler boyfriend that was 350.
What happened is my girl wanted to meet a couple of the guys. So I said, why don't you go over there and say hi? It'll be better if I'm not there. It'll be a little more sociable to a hot girl than to me standing there with some meathead behind you. And she went up to him, and next thing you know, he's like, here, take a shot, have a good time. And I'm like, okay, I'm cool with this. And next thing I know, he's grabbing her, taking her out on the dance floor. And I'm like, I'll just let him have a good time. So I'm thinking they're gonna do a dance. Next thing I know, it's another dance. And she tries to come back by me, takes her back out to, come on, honey, let's get back out. And I'm like, Started out with them dancing, but then I noticed he was kind of rubbing his crotch up on her a little bit, and he's a sneaky little bastard.
And I kept going over to the dude, and I kept saying to him, listen, I said, if you got a problem with this, let me know. And I said, I definitely will stop.
Well, at first I didn't have a problem with it, but then the guy starts grabbing her ass, and he's rubbing his dick up on her. She likes old guys, but she's not like senior citizens. And the thing that pisses me off is, Ronnie, is you asked me if you could dance with her. You didn't ask me if you could grab her and fondle her. Bottom line is, Ronnie, if I ever see you in Florida again, I'm gonna kick your fucking little ass. That's the bottom line. You hear me, boy?
Ronnie's an asshole. You can't invite him anywhere. He's another one of those guys who, he has no personality, and so he drinks a lot so that his bad personality can come out.
Bubba, Slam, and Heather Slam up to the front. 1 minute to get up here. First of all, I want you to meet my new girlfriend, Jennifer.
Hey, well, I got bad news for you. Jennifer's boyfriend's about 6'1".
I met Jennifer's boyfriend.
265.
Fuck him. Fuck that. Are there any kids here left or you went home?
No, there's no kids here. Actually, let me take over this bit. No, I'm on the radio. You're a limo driver. I'm on the radio. We need to get this thing going a little bit. So, we need to get Sal and Richard to start getting their penises out in the fan machine.
Fuck, I'm doing my fucking tooth, motherfucker. All right, listen. We have a special. We need a special dedication to Heather. Get your ass over here.
This Ronnie the limo driver, he's drunk because Howard left, so he's now off his leash.
No. I was drunk before he left. Hey, I want you to hear your famous phrase. Shut the fuck up, asshole. That's my famous phrase. I want to dedicate this to Heather and Bubba Clem. May they be happy forever. Let's fuck some whores! Yeah! What's your fucking problem, assholes? No!
What he does is he drinks as fast as he can and gets so shit-faced that he just says wild stuff. He wants to be a wild man. I feel he wants to be part of the show and create a persona and develop a personality.
The next morning when I woke up, and it's the God's honest truth, I woke up the next morning when I was getting ready to go to the airport after the wedding, and I said, you know what the hell did I do last night? And I knew what I did, and I knew I was gonna catch shit for it.
Poor Ronnie, I feel sorry for him, I think he's sometimes, is grasping for attention. He didn't fuck up my wedding, because it's my wedding, so everybody gets it. Everybody gets the fact that there's gonna be stuff like this. But Ronnie's Ronnie, it's not a big deal.
As a kid, I went to a Jewish dance camp, and one of the things I can do well is that dance. And I love Richard. I consider him a really good friend, but he completely screwed up the dance.
Benji takes stuff like that really seriously. I think Benji, even though we're goofing around, Benji wants to dance really good and wants to do some cool moves.
I think Richard is a demented individual, and I think that Benji bought right into it. And then Richard sucked Benji into his low-life world of, fetishes and basically scum moves. I thought it was gross.
It was just about time to leave. This was after midnight, and Ronnie thankfully had just done his wonderful performance for the cameras and for the microphone, so we were happy. The night was over, we had our good stuff, and suddenly out of the blue, 25 Cent shows up to give me a hug. Well, that's great, it's very nice of him to give me a hug. And then he gives me a hug, and then he gives me a hug, and he's a powerful, strong guy. And it started to hurt, and then I felt a crack.
I don't really remember grabbing him that hard. I gave him a nice brotherly hug. Steve said I broke one of his ribs. I didn't think I was that strong.
For the next 2 weeks, I had to take pain pills and take baths. It hurt like hell. I don't know, if I'd injured somebody, I would have called and said, listen, I'm really sorry you're hurting, but, you know.
Dear Steve Langford, I am so sorry I hurt your rib. I feel kind of bad about it. I hope that we can get past this because we have something really special. Love, 25 cents.
All right, so Bubba, go through it all.
You know, I don't want to sound like a pussy and start crying and everything, but God, it was such a bonding experience. You know, we go to New York a lot. We're part of Howard's family and on-air family, but God, we really bonded this weekend. And you know, I guess it took my wedding to get us all together in this capacity. I think they came down. I think the New York people came down kind of thinking we're a bunch of unrefined hillbillies, and I think maybe we won them over a little bit, thinking that we're, you know, maybe only less 50% the Beverly Hillbillies. But, you know, everything went well. And I've been drinking a little bit, okay, so I admit that. But I have a lovely woman in my life, and the reception I thought went wonderful. I thought the ceremony was wonderful, and the 4 days that Howard and Robin and Gary and Sal and Richard and Mutt and Goodstein and everybody came, and everybody I may have missed, thank you so very much. I'll never forget this for the rest of my life. Thank you so much.
Look at you, you're getting choked up.
I know, man. Get this
You're
shit
teary-eyed. Look at you, the sensitive Bubba.
I am. I'm really fucking.
I love this.
Seriously, man.
Aw, Bubba.
I'm fucking choked up on the deal. Just because it's like, you know, I never in a million years I thought that I'd be this close to the largest name in the industry ever, and it's like we've kind of.
Sal Governale?
Fuck Sal. I'm talking about Rich. I'm talking about Howard. I never thought in a million years I'd have the opportunity that I have getting to work with him, and he's just been so wonderful to me, man. That's all I can say.
Well, that about wraps it up. Thanks for joining me, Ned, on this hellish journey. I'll see you at the divorce proceedings. I'll give it 6 months tops. Ned out.
Heather and Bubba, I wish you nothing but well and greatness and God's blessings for your marriage. And remember, if you're going to enter another woman or man into the bedroom, keep it white.
I'm really sorry what happened, but I had a great time at your wedding, and I hope you have many years of happiness together.
I'm being honest. Marriage sucks, and make the best of it. I don't know what to tell you. Best of luck to both of you.
May you have a long and healthy life. May your first child together be a masculine child. Good luck, guys.
Thanks for letting me suck a fake plastic penis, and thanks for letting me get liquid ass sprayed all over me.
Best of luck, and you're a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful couple.